And welcome back after a little bit of a while away, and that is to the wonderful man who, like I say, he's been away, not been able to do, you know, the draft show. He's not been able to do the track draw, but you know, he's back full time. Yes, the boys are back in town, and it is Mr. Barnes is here. Hello, Barnes. How are we?
Good evening, everybody. I hope you can hear me. I'm not Taz because I can't hear Taz on the stream. I don't know whether he's realised this, but people are saying they can't hear you.
Okay. Oh, my mic is showing it's responding. That's the weird thing.
Interesting. I was, before you joined me, I had the sound on. Oh, it's fine now. Okay, excellent.
I was going to say, right at the very, very start of the stream, people couldn't hear me because my mic wasn't connecting, and then I sorted that part out. There was only probably about 30 seconds or so, and then it was all fixed.
Okay, all good. Yes, I'm back, and I'm glad to be back, to be fair.
I mean, speak for yourself, but okay. I jest.
Thank you, Commander.
I jest. How are we?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad.
Good.
It's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Middle of the week.
Exactly.
Two more days at work, and then it's the weekend.
Yeah, I've got one more week, and then I'm on holiday for a week and a day.
You lucky bastard.
Yeah, we'll go with that. It's kids' holidays, so I'm sort of like, you know, taking it off to be the good parent, but at the same time, I'm getting a week off of work. The only negative is I have to go up to Aberdeen one of those days, which is a right disgrace.
Yes, of course. Obviously, to be fair, I've got 3 days off next week, but that's obviously for the funeral. So that's coming up. So, I mean,
it is a little bit rude to have a funeral for the team who's bottom of the league already, but you know what? That's your own decision. So.
Well, we have just sold Paqueta, we have just sold Wall-Prowse, so we're getting rid of the Deadwood, we're bringing in a Adama Traore, bringing in a striker. So, you know, things are going to turn around for West Ham.
Yeah, okay.
He says hopefully.
Listen, I don't want to talk about football tonight. It's too depressing right now.
I know. Tell me about it.
Oh, anyway, I suppose we are here to talk about F1XL.
Yep.
Yeah, so I suppose we better get started. Well, on the screen right now, I have Div 4, so I think we should do that later on. What do you think? Maybe start Div 1? Because you won't believe this. I have been organised and I have done some studying.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ask me what happened in Div 1.
What happened in Div 1?
Many things happened in Div 1.
Oh.
Right, Div 2 time.
What happened in Div 2?
Yeah, many other things. Right, so
Div 3?
No, nothing happened in Div 3. Div 3 was boring.
Oh, fine.
Yeah.
And then you're watching Div 4.
Exactly. So we'll just sit here for the next hour and however long this stream is. Complete silence, just watch, maybe make an odd comment here or there, saying he should have done this, he should have done that. No, actually, I will be honest, I did do some proper... Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, so we can sit here.
Let's pick holes in Norris's racecraft. Let's pick holes in it.
I mean, he's big enough to pick many holes in and short enough to pick many holes in. Yeah, so, Div 1. Right, well, qualifying, first of all. Qualifying was...
wet.
Oh, yeah, very wet. And it pulled a couple of surprises, to be honest. I think we looked sort of after draft night, we sort of went through people about who we think would do well and who wouldn't do well. And I think a lot of the bigger names kind of ended up at the pointy end. You know, the sort of Harrison, Mintoke, Sora, these are the kind of people that we mentioned who would be up there as potential favourites for, you know, qualifying in the race as usual. I think there was a couple of ones who maybe were slightly lower than I expect them to be. Guys like Sketchy, I know that sounds surprising, but Sketchy normally isn't that bad a qualifier. But again, I think Newton Killer as well was right at the bottom end. But I think, you know, wet weather, it does cause a bit of chaos. And the chaos is the word that I would use, because the person who actually put it on pole was McJamie B, which, fair play to the lad. It's an absolutely cracking lap time. He was just over 2 tenths ahead of Harrison. But I watched Harrison's lap, and Harrison was on point. He was looking really good, and honestly, Jamie B beat him by over 2 tenths. I mean, Toki, another one who we talked about in draft night, as being an unknown danger. She was just under a tenth behind Harrison as well, so kind of still there. Sora fourth, another tenth back, and then Steph and Quick did the exact same time, but Steph beat him to it. Did it first, so Steph got the snip ahead of Quick did, and then it was Kingspin, Light Shock, Sportmad, a guy who was very impressive, I think, in his debut weekend. We'll talk obviously more about that when we get to the race part, but I think qualifying top 10 for him was probably a confidence booster, because I don't think he expected to be a tier 1 driver, and I think that this weekend's kind of showing, you know what, there is a little bit there behind him. Rocket Gamer, Dixie, Deathlink, Sketchy, Twangy, Jack Whittle, Stone Shuffle, Newton Keller, and Liam Hammond. Right, the reason I'm talking about the qualifying very quickly is because I'll be honest with you, there's quite a bit to talk about in the race. There is quite a bit to talk about in the race. So, right. So I need a drink before I go on this huge long spiel. So, third one. All nice and simple. So, Jamie B on the left, Harrison on the right. Those two go through side by side absolutely beautifully, by the way. They go through the first two chicanes side by side. Time you get to Lesmo 1, Harrison just kind of grabs the position of McJimmy B, but McJimmy B slots in quite nicely in P2. So the two of them were all right. Then the rest of the stuff happened. So, yes. I believe that, I think it was Quickted was the next car. You're making me think. It was either Quickted and Toki got through.
Quickted was one that got taken out.
Quickted, yeah, you're right. So what happened at turn 1 is Light Shock happened. Back after his disappearance, and first racing corner since he departed, and he absolutely missells turn 1, misbreaks it. Probably impacts about 6 or 7 cars, including Sora, who had to get a wing change. There was, who was the other one? There was somebody else that had to go and get a wing change as well. I feel like it was Rocket Gamer, I think, was the other one who had to go and get a wing change as well. But there was quite a lot of cars impacted by Suicide Mark, as I'm going to call him for that one, because it was bad.
I'm also going to say Twangy Garlic, because both of them stopped 3 times.
I don't think Twangy. To be fair, there was 2 cars that seen on the map, but that Twangy could have pitted early potentially. Yeah. The one thing I'll say about that though is that incident itself kind of sorry, I just see the X message. It kind of set the rhythm for the race as a whole, because what happened was, the sort of top 7 or 8 cars, I can't tell you exactly who every single one of them was in that group, they all kind of got enough of a gap between themselves, and so Liam Hammond was the start of the second train, and it was sort of him, Deathlink, Dixie was in there, Sketchy was in there, who's the other Aston Martin as well? It is Newton Keller, he was in that pack as well. So in that first stint, you had a pack of cars who were all kind of dropping off the main pack, because nothing wrong with Liam at all. Liam's pace was decent and everything, but they lost DRS before the start of the second lap. So immediately they were in a world of danger, and never really recovered in terms of the first part of the race. Because the front pack, it was Harrison, it was McJamie B. I'm still thinking that Quickdid was in that pack. I mean, Toki was definitely there as well. Both of the Red Bulls were in that pack, I believe. Who's the second? I'm trying to remember who the second Red Bull is in that group. Light Shock and McJimmy. Yeah. So both of them were definitely in that pack as well. I know Steph was in there, and I'm fairly certain that Sportmad was the last car in that pack. But they all kind of stuck together and just slowly pulled away. Did a good job between them. I think the pit stop was happening. It was around about I think it was 11 to 14. I think was the pit stop window for a lot of the drivers. Or it was 12 to 14. I think it was. Sorry, and that's the part of the race that really spread things out. Because at that point in particular is when we seen people like Sportmad suddenly. I think he took a gamble. I think he went slightly early in terms of the pit stop, and he found himself right in the pack. I mean, Harrison came out behind him. That's how far he jumped ahead. Because it was Harrison, Mintoki, Quick did, and Sportman was the four that were kind of working together. And then I think McDoobie was in that pack, but those two dropped back a little bit in that second stint, and then it became a sort of 3-horse race, and then 2-horse race as Quick did was dropping off as well. And yeah, that last sort of stint of racing, I think Harrison did. He was calculated with it, because if you do go and watch any of the streams and you do see his stream, for example, you can see in the bottom right corner those tires are red. At the end of that race, they are red. But he went for his move at the right point, as you'd expect. You know, end of lap. What was it? 20? How many laps was it? 20? Oh God, I've forgotten. 25, 27 laps. Yeah, it was end of lap 26, start lap 27, and he went for the move literally. And yeah, Sportmad didn't make it easy for him. Harrison was definitely elbows out trying to make it work, and Sportmad just held his ground and then made the move again. And it was a case of, you know, I'm going to take the lead back off you and keep the position. And to be fair to the lad, you know, I did say on draft night I think he's going to be a real problem. I didn't expect him to be this good, not gonna lie. But yeah, he absolutely, I mean, for that entire stint, Harrison was pretty much sat behind, and I think Harrison was more hoping that the tyre difference between himself and Sportmad was going to be the difference in the race, and the fact that Sportmad's tyres were going to fall off. And honestly, the longer you're watching this, the more you're thinking, is it going to happen? And it just the tires didn't happen. It didn't fall off at any point, because I went into this watching this being like, no idea who won the race or anything, just because it made it more exciting to watch, to be honest with you. But there was never a point where Sportmad looked like he was really, really struggling on the tires. So, but yeah, brilliant win for the Ferrari driver on debut in Div 1. I mean, honestly, I would just stop now. I don't mean, if you win the championship, then fair play. But I mean, no disrespect, I don't know if you can get any better than one race, one win in Div 1. You know, there's not many people that have done that.
He's back. Sportman's got the same record as Sam Allardyce as England manager. One race, one win. One game, one win.
Yeah, I mean, I'd call it there. Just call it done. But yeah, I think a few other noticeable incidents as well. I think the one that I can remember is there was an instance sort of during the race. I feel like it was in the second stint where Mintoki got her braking wrong. I think made contact with Light Shock, and McJimmy was not collected, but I think he impacted is the word I'll use. But I think Light Shock got away with, he got a penalty, which I think will get removed. But Mintoki half spun, so she didn't really get any gain from it, shall we say? But those are kind of the main things that happened. But yeah, obviously only watched like the stream of Harrison, because I was like, there's somebody to pick up. But yeah, very good Div 1 race. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and yeah, it's good to see Harrison not have it easy from week one. I think obviously there'll be a lot of weeks where we sit here and be like, Harrison's won again. Next, you know, it's inevitable. He is that kind of driver. But 10 out of 10 drive from Sportmad. I think if you're talking about the surprise of the weekend, I think you've got to go with that even before you talk about the other divisions. But the fact he didn't get pole position, hopefully it's a sign of things to come, that he might have to work hard for stuff this season. But we'll wait and see. Any other questions?
No questions, but I would like to obviously mention the fact that my driver quick to finish third, which means I beat Sparrow's record of not scoring any points in the opening round. Let's go!
I mean, it's almost impossible to. Well, you can't not beat Sparrow's record. That's the problem.
I can't beat it.
Yeah.
I can't beat it, but I didn't match it. That's what I mean. I'm just happy that some of my drivers came back with points this weekend, and it meant I didn't finish pointless like Sparrow did. But yeah, no, I think you've summed up Division 1 really well there. So, yeah. So the outcome of the Division 1, as we mentioned, Sportmad won the race, Harrison finished second, Quickton third, Pole Sit and Jamie B finished fourth, Mintoki's fifth, Newton Killer on his first race in Division 1. Is it his first race in Division 1? Or was he?
He was in Div 1 a while ago.
Okay.
So, like, I think it was 2 seasons ago because he swapped with Deathlink, I think.
Yes, I do. Yes, I think that was. Yeah, I remember that. So Newton Killer finished 6th, Light Shock 16th, 7th, Stone Shuffle 8th, Liam Hammond 9th, and Sketchy in the final points playing position with Steph, Dixie, Jack Whittle, Twangy Garlic, and Rocket Gamer are the last of the finishers, with Deathlink, Kingspin, and TMS Sora failing to finish the race. So obviously the first race of the season, the top 10 is your championship standings. So we move.
Yes, we move on to predictions for the first time.
Indeed.
And we're going to
prediction.
Much better track as well. This is the thing. I think this is going to be a real difference maker.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more. I like Belgium. I actually got my first unofficial win in a sprint race at Belgium. Because obviously you don't count them for some reason. But yeah, I like Belgium. I think it's a great track. I mean, it's a long track, but it's a track that I very much enjoy racing. So I'm looking forward to this weekend. And my prediction for this weekend is going to be not Harrison. I'm actually going to stick my neck. I'm going to back the lady. I think Mintoki. Mintoki's going to win this weekend.
Okay. I mean, it's Belgium. You kind of have to think that he's going to be there or thereabouts, don't you? I have to say Harrison, purely because of the fact that I know that last season, I'm pretty sure it was him versus Kemba in that race. Off the top of my head. And I'm sure Kemba beat him, but I'm sure the two of them were like up the road from most people. Because I think it was... I remember this race, watching it back, because I was keeping an eye out on Steph.
Kemba beat Harrison.
Yeah, because it was Kemba, Harrison, and Godwin were like miles up the road from like Steph, Phoenix, and I can't remember who else was in there, but it was like those three were gone. So I think I have to back Harrison on that basis. I don't think Mintoki's an awful shout. I think he's going to come back and do what he does, which is win. So, yeah, my boring prediction is done early, but we'll move on to fun predictions in a minute, don't you worry. So, let's go into Div 2. And our resident Div 2 person should be in the chat now. And there he is. See? It's actually like he was listening and waiting. So, Barnes, I'm going to let you do the talking here, because you speak retard.
Oh, God. Do I have to speak British?
Yeah. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Haas team principal, Brian Carr.
Hello.
How you doing, Bray?
Did you just call him Hake? Wow.
That's wow. Hake. I'm really sorry, Hake.
Wow.
Sorry.
How dare you abuse my team principal like that?
Bray, how are you, sir?
I am good, Barnes. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, man. Not too bad. How was your first race as a team principal this season?
I think coming back to team principal after so long, I think I'm actually really happy and I'm ready for the challenge the whole season. I know week 1 didn't go great, and as extra, you'll find out. But yeah, I know why my bike was like that last week, so I found the issue. So I fixed that.
Oh, good. Excellent.
Is it that you took the strawberry sauce off it this week?
No, it was. I think my headset adapter on my PC might be broken, so I'm having to use Xbox controllers for it.
Fair enough. So tell us what happened in Div 2.
Div 2 qualifying, it was quite competitive because the top from P1 all the way until like P17 within a second of each other. Some names at the top which I wasn't expecting at the start, with Greeners mainly being in the top 4, which is a shock and a half to me. You had Chips up there, you had Justin, you had the reserve driver of JOJ.
Told you. Fucking told you he'd be a threat, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I already told Bob. I'm already looking other way.
Genuinely can't believe that he didn't get drafted after the way he ended last season. But yeah, sorry, continue.
But no, it was quite competitive quality with, of course, the J guy getting pole position in the end, followed by bullet wounds. But yeah, qualifying, I had a feeling my qualifying pretty much went as good as it could be in P17. I should have been dead last, but that's what practice numbers was telling me.
Okay.
Just happy I got out of that.
Sometimes you can't really rely on what you do in practice, because I found it in previous races that I've done. My practice has been good, but then when I come into I thought that's where my time was, but then I somehow find like 3 or 4 attempts in qualifying for the race itself. It's like, where?
Oh, I found like 2 seconds.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, because I was slower than Wadey. No offense to Wadey.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, I somehow turned on in quali. I don't know how yet. So, but moving on to the race, then it started off quite, as you expect, quite chill race. Not really much happening. Even turn 1, not much chaos happened. I think I was the only one who actually picked up wing damage in the end, which was annoying at the end of it. So, but it took until give or take lap 14 region, and then because we were predicted rain at the end of the race, which
Okay.
I'll get onto, because then we got a crash about lap 14, which I think was who? I don't even remember who crashed now. So it wasn't Steve.
Chips and Davey or Lemon?
Lemon crashed.
It definitely wasn't Davey.
It wasn't Davey. I'll get on to Davey in a second.
Okay.
Nah. So yeah, Chips and Davey. Oh no, not Chips. Lemon crashed coming out of just turn 1, or give or take that little section, and then there was a safety car. On that safety car, first thing, the rain started to come down on that 14. That's the key point here. And then during that safety car, the safety car glitches.
Oh, I've seen this.
Chips and Davey then somehow gets a legal overtake on the safety car because it jumps back to Chips and Davey in, I think, 3rd or 4th. Chips then gets a DSQ.
Wow. Okay. So Chips got disqualified.
All because the safety car jumped back 4 laps and then gave us an extra lap behind the safety car.
So the safety car did what?
It jumped.
Jumped.
I don't know if Taz can find the video of it, but it literally jumped. So it's like a lag spike. It just lagged backwards.
Okay.
Just like what my internet does half the time, but it just did that, and Davey just got DSQ'd, which I was shocked about because it was in P4 when it happened.
That sucks for Davey, to be fair.
Yeah.
But no one else was affected.
No one else was affected.
Even though Hake in the chat just said it teleported behind me.
Yeah, it's because where it teleported to where Davey was. Davey then overtakes it as it's jumped back, and it just disqualified him.
Damn. Well, that sucks for Davey, but that's Cody's for you.
It was. I've seen the video of it. It is just gut wrenching for Davey and the whole RB team because Dave was having a good race.
Oh wait, Davey in the RB. His team principal Steve, isn't it?
Yeah, and we'll get on to Steve on that safety car restart.
We don't care about the RBs. Fuck the RBs.
Because then on that safety car restart, some have already pitted onto Inters thinking it's going to rain hard enough. Already about lap 14 for Inters.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get to the restart. There's so many still on dries. All the Inters are struggling. And then Steve puts it in a wall.
Oh, Steve. Okay.
So in a matter of a couple minutes, both RBs are out of the race.
Womp womp. Okay, so the RB...
Now, Barnes, remember, you are not a team principal in this. You are a neutral capacity.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Fair enough. Yep, fine.
Anyway, as for Steve, womp, continue. Sorry.
Thank you, Des. Thank you. So what happened to Chex then?
I think Jex was then the third safety car, I'm thinking now. Yeah, Jex must have been the third safety car because there was another safety car after Steve, give or take lap 22, 23, which I'm guessing was then caused by Jex. And so then there was so many still on dries while it was still raining on track, but it wasn't heavy enough fully yet for the swap over fully onto Inters.
Okay.
So a couple of us
full
stayed
play.
on. A couple of us stayed on.
Yep.
And so with about 2 laps to go in the race, it was just a mad dash to the line, as you could expect.
Yeah.
With everyone trying to go for the win. Just points, because there was a cluster of cars from like P9 to P12 of just cars together. All the way to the line. And some of the gaps at the end was just crazy, because I think me and Pete finished with like 0.01.
Oh, sorry. This is where my mind's just gone completely blank because I've actually seen what happened to Jex. Because obviously, Rock Eskimo put something in the Mercedes Discord about it. So yeah, I've seen what happened to Jex. It's it wasn't fun, that's for sure.
Yeah, I never saw it.
So who won the race?
Thinking, yeah, I'm gonna have to quickly check myself now.
Jesus Christ, it was
my
Sky the
former
Senpai. Sky the Senpai won the race.
Sky won it, followed by Justin, then the J Kid.
The J Kid.
I'm not even gonna try and pronounce the whole thing.
It's just
JJ.
JJ. Just call him JJ.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But no,
So Sky the Senpai won the race, Bullet Wound second, JJ third, Chazza in fourth, Greeners in fifth, Sandra the dad.
There it is.
In sixth. My guy Sinful Crisp
The race in
P7.
My Little Pony.
Richie in P8. Yourself P9 after a bad qualifying. You did well to get P9.
I still had a bad race. I hadn't had the pace compared to a lot of these guys. I got wing damage early, and somehow, yeah, I don't know how that happened.
Surely the wing damage would have had a big impact, though, no?
Oh yeah, I pitted for it.
Yeah,
don't like
exactly.
having wing damage.
If you're behind people and you've not got any DRS on that, you're automatically going to be slower than the cars in front of you, aren't you? Because they're running in DRS trains. Sorry, Barnes, continue.
Oh, you're fine. Taplin was in P10, finishing off the points with 5 pit stops, I must add. 5 pit stops.
Yeah, the 2 cars ahead of him on 4.
Hake finished in 11th with just 1 pit stop. ARL Bob 12th, Beastie 13, Leo in 14, and Rock Eskimo, the last of the finishers, in 15th place, with Chex, Steve, and Lemon both all DNFing, and Davey with a disqualification.
I will say, with the ones who finished just outside the points, they were mainly due to time penalties at the end due to a 2-lap last sprint for the flag.
Fair.
they just got cost over, I feel, at the end of that.
Fair play. So moving on to Belgium. What's your thoughts on the track?
I actually don't think I've raced Belgium since about June time.
Okay.
So
Did you not do the race?
I didn't race last time in XL in Belgium. It was one of the 2 I missed last season.
Oh.
Oh, you've just seen something that happened to Norris and Wadey on stream.
No, I was on about the fact that he hadn't raced Belgium, but yeah, I was watching that as well.
Yeah, I don't normally miss XL races, but I missed 2 last season. I regret it.
Disgrace.
I completely agree.
Nah. Listen, it's a 20 whatever, 20
No.
season.
I wish I now did them. I think you two, out of most people, know what was happening during that period.
That Belgium race specifically was chaos in Div 3. Just gonna say this, but
I wish I raced it.
nah, you'd got really angry.
I don't care.
Because it was Bontan Chetty had a 9 or 10 car train behind him while 4 or 5 of us ran away.
That race.
That race, yes.
That race.
Anyway, yes. Yeah, it was chaotic to say the least.
So do you like the track, Bray? Is it a track that you enjoy racing, or?
I think on recent games, like, I know my driving style has changed from the tracks which I used to dominate, which was Belgium in XL, has flipped to now being one of my worst tracks in XL suddenly within a span of like 2 seasons. So I don't know how it's going to go on Sunday because I just haven't raced it at all on this game really. So I'm just going to have to see where I am on Sunday before I make a call.
Okay. Who do you think is going to win in Division number 2 in Belgium?
I'm going to say this person just because I feel like they could suddenly just throw another good result like they did in
Doorbell.
Monza. I don't know what's going on.
Someone's at your door. That's what's going on.
I have a feeling Greeners might have a chance to win this weekend.
I think you're smoking something and you need to stop.
I was about to say, what drugs are you taking?
He got a P5 last week. That's a shock.
Someone give me a dose of what fucking Bray is taking if he thinks Greeners are going to win this weekend.
Jesus Christ! Honestly, this is why we can't have nice things. Okay, people like you come on here and be like, "Greeners are going to win a race." Yeah, good one.
At least I didn't pick them myself.
I've got it, Taz. I've got it. I know what this is. This is Bray's way of saying that Greeners, please don't kill me tonight in Among Us. That's what this is. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Also, he's been told he's not allowed to win this weekend either.
Has he?
Yeah.
Oh, by hate.
Yep.
Okay, so that means hate's winning then.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Right, so I've just seen a message in the chat, right? So while we're on Extra, my daughter has video called Arlie, or Arlie's wife, I'm guessing Helena, while up on stream.
That's lovely, that
is. Glorious. Love it. Anyway, yeah. Okay, Barnes, who are you predicting?
My prediction for this weekend in Belgium is going to be. I think Chips are going to come back and after the disqualification to the weekend, I'm going to go with Chips. I think he's going to be hot under the collar, and I think he'll do it.
No, my prediction for Chips is the safety car glitch is going to happen again.
And I think he's done, yeah. Annoyingly, I was going to go for Chips, but for multiple reasons. So the safety car's one. But the second thing is Davy's still pissed off after last season. With Belgium specifically. Because at the time of the race, there was 5 of us that were sort of in a group together. I think I've talked about this before. So it was Davey, Hake, myself, Sky, and Taplin. We were the top 5 at the time, yeah? And then as Davey and Hake got round the final corner, the safety car came out. So Taplin, Sky, and myself all jumped into the pits. And Davey ended up losing the race to Sky because of that safety car. So I know for a fact he was talking to me like a few weeks ago and he said he was still pissed off about that Belgium race. I think that in itself, he's going to be out for like retribution for that race. So
but he has just confirmed in the chat, if that safety car thing happens again, he's out.
I can't blame him. If that happens 2 weeks in a row, I'd be fuming. But yeah, I think that's the retribution he'd be looking for though. So yeah,
that's fair. That's fair.
Yes, but anyway, Bray, thank you very much for coming on.
It's all right.
Entertaining as always. Next time we might actually look at the results before you come on the show, you know. But hey,
Yeah.
all good, all well and good. Bray, thank you very much for joining us, and we will speak to you later.
Yeah. Speak to you later.
Right, Div 3. Now,
This is your wheelhouse.
yeah, as a Div 3 driver, you'd expect me to know what happened, wouldn't you?
Yep.
Not got a bloody Scooby.
Okay.
I will talk about my race, but I was nowhere near it. Put it that way. I've got some ideas, but yeah, it was not a fun one. So qualifying was quite interesting, to be honest with you, in the fact that I think that there was a clear group of drivers who were very close, and there were sort of 3 names that looked like they were very quick. Nah, you know what? No, we're going to take our time here. There was a sort of 3 drivers who looked like they were just slightly quicker in terms of qualifying pace. So you had Blazed and Kent, who both set really good qualifying times, and DNG Titan, who was in his own world in terms of qualifying. It was over 3:10s clear, and I think his qualifying time was good enough for, I want to say, like the top of Div 2. Yeah, I was going to say it's an outstanding one.
It was 118.9. It was 118.9, and he would have been 3rd in Div 2 with a 118.915. He was 118.985, so he'd have been 3rd in Div
2. P3, yeah. But I think it goes to show how close the divisions are in general in terms of the qualifying and race pace. We're going to see that a lot this season, I think, where you're going to see people, potentially Div 4 guys qualifying, 2nd or 3rd fastest in Div 3, for example, and, Div 2 potentially, etc., etc. But, yeah, everyone else was all quite close. There was a group of cars separated by under 2/10, including sort of Dan Jelly, Narwhal, Slow Dog, myself, Ancient, and then you had another group of cars behind who were all just sort of, I would say, probably didn't actually set the best lap times in general for their own ability. I'm looking at Chetty, Berserker Mark. I think Bonnet is capable of better than what he did. Hubbard as well. So, yeah. I've just read the chat, Sky. You're welcome. You don't have to overtake me again the whole season. It'll be great. But yeah, I think qualifying wise, it was a bit strung out, but I think Monza's a track like that. If you've got the slipstream and you've got the help, you can probably gain 4 or 5 tenths of a second straight away by just that. But the race itself, it was 100% wet.
Oh wow, a wet race all the way through.
All the way through, from the very start to the very finish. I was just sat there on the grid and I was like, Jesus Christ, what's going on here? And then it came to me. I worked out exactly what was going on.
Like full of water.
Must be the water.
Yep. Yeah, it was honestly interweather the entire race. So start of the race, I literally just went backwards. I put the foot down and nothing really happened. I think I've worked out I had a slight problem with my pedals because I had to adjust it quickly. It was not fun. And people just went flying past me. Turn 1, we had a suicide slow dog who damaged his front wing. we had a incident involving one of your drivers, which he basically turned Chetty off the track, and then 3 of them went off the track to the side, and a few people jumped up quite a few places, to be honest. So we had a group of cars at the start, which I believe was like Narwhal, DNG Titan was in there. I think Ancient was up there as well, I think, because I'm trying to remember who was swapping lap times, but there was a group of about 6 or 7 cars again. It was another one of those races where there was a clear difference in terms of the race pace. But Narwhal, I'm sure it was Narwhal and Titan were the two that were, and Kent were the ones that were sort of swapping fastest lap times, because I remember it popping up constantly being like fastest lap time, fastest lap time, fastest lap time. And yeah, the guys. Yes, Greeners is going up on YouTube, so stop whinging. Honestly, what an absolute... Somebody needs to just slap him. Yeah, so they kind of ran away and had their own little race. The mid-pack was just absolutely chock-a-block. We had a group from probably about P7, I think it was, downwards, which had Blazed in there, Berserker Mark, Hubbady, myself. Who else did I see in there at some point as well? Chetty was definitely in there. So yeah, we were all very close in terms of racing, and I mean, I think we were in a train. And then I want to say most people pitted lap 13. It was 12, 13 region. There was a couple that jumped slightly early, and then obviously came out for the second half of the race. And I think because of the pit stops, I got stuck behind somebody in the pit stops, but it then became a lot more sort of strung out, and obviously no DRS trains to sort of work together or things like that, and you know, full wet race, it kind of gets straining at times, shall we say? And I think you could start to see that because there was some horrendous mistakes being made that aren't normally made. Like I watched Berserker Mark literally drive when he coming out of Parabolica, you know, the runoff area. He's pretty much on the gravel over there, just driving along. I think he'd lost the will to live at that point, but yeah, I'd like to say the group was properly strung out by the end of the race. Narwhal was saying in the chat that he'd lost pace after 7 laps. I'm guessing that obviously pit stop didn't help you either. But DNG Titan, yeah, he did brilliantly. He controlled the race. I think a strong victory on... I mean, a tricky Monza, because you know Monza full wet it's not easy, it's not fun, it's really tough at times. But I think as well, when you look at the gaps in that, you think, oh, okay, why would he not get moved up, etc. I think the only thing I would say about anything like that just now, track like Monza is always flattering if you get to run away, and I think that's exactly what Titan was able to do. I mean, there was 13 seconds between himself and Kent in the end. Narwhal a few seconds behind back in P3, and then you had Dan Jelly in that another sort of 5 seconds up the road from that as well. So there was sort of 7-8 seconds between groups of cars. But you know what? It was a tough race, fun race. Had some great wheel to wheel as well, to be honest. Shout out to guys like Berserker Mark, Chetty as well. I had good racing with him. My teammate did really well. He ran out of fuel with about 4 corners to go, or 3 corners to go, I think it was, coming through Ascari, and he had no fuel left. I was like, you absolute pillock, because he was running. He probably should have finished P6, I think, and he ended up finishing P9.
P9.
He was no, I know, but he should have finished P6 because he was running P6 with no penalties, and then had to do the last bit with no fuel. Got overtaken by everybody, including me, and then re-jump people because of penalties. Yeah. So, trying to think what else happened in the race. I think Titan Aaron had a puncture as well. I remember seeing that. I think he said he had a puncture at the end of his first stint, and he had to go in and get new tyres. Yeah, Slowdog was a lap down because he literally, like I say, he suicided turn 1. Luckily, he was the only one really impacted too much by it. But yeah, Div 3, honestly, thank God that's over. Horrendous track. Don't enjoy it. I love to watch it in F1, but honestly, it does nothing for me when I race it on F1 games. It's just, yeah, it's very bland, beige. We'll call it beige. Yeah. Especially.
I'm just gonna sit here and say I told you so. I don't like Monza, and I've made it quite clear. It's just chicane straight. Two right hand corners straight, chicane straight. Parabolica.
Yeah, I've said this many a time on here, so you're preaching to the choir.
Everyone's like, oh, but it's Monza.
Monza in real life is great fun. You more
I-
often
I- yeah.
It's not often you'll get a bad Monza race. There'll be the odd season here or there, but quite a lot of time you'll get good Monza races. But yeah, I think that
seeing Hamilton and Verstappen beach together in 21.
I like how you mentioned that one and don't mention the good races. Like Hamilton versus Leclerc in 2019.
Yeah,
where those two had an absolute banger of a race. He wins in Spa. He wins in Monza. That's what I want to hear this season. But yeah, no, I'm not a big fan of it as a track. I think we're treated after this because the next sort of 5 or 6 races are all racetracks.
Yeah, and you, if I'm not mistaken, you said that the next 5 tracks are some of your stronger tracks.
5 of the next 6. I think Japan. I didn't do Japan last season. But yeah, Belgium, Abu Dhabi. I've always run well at Abu Dhabi. It's weird. I've always run well at Abu Dhabi, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia. the area of the world that people aren't really that happy about racing in. But I've always done well at those 3 tracks. And China as well. So it's like, yeah.
We know your track record around China.
China, yeah. Yes, it was Keith. It was. She's shouting out the window at her granny. So yeah.
Uncle Keith.
Yeah. Let's not tell that because she'll come running through. But like, can I speak to them? Like, no, shut up. Anyway, yeah. So, any questions?
No. Just let's predict who's going to win in Belgium.
I really don't know because
It's a tough one.
Yeah,
tough one.
this division, I genuinely don't think that the result on Sunday reflects the pace of a lot of people.
No.
Yeah, it's tough. You know what? Right, I'm gonna say it for the first time this season. I'm backing myself. I am backing myself to do well at Belgium. I think last season specifically was a real eye opener on what I can. That was the first race last season where I genuinely felt like I had the pace to compete. Because up until that point of last season, I wasn't really anywhere near the front. And that Belgium race was, I was right at the top end fighting the guys. I think, Narwhal, if it rains, I'm probably done for. But if it doesn't rain, I'm going to back myself because I love this track.
Breaking news. I'm bringing this breaking news for one race only. There was a transfer. The Haas driver, who's in the Haas in that division? Who's in the Haas in that division? We are going to say that. Who's in the Haas?
What's going on here?
Rambo Jambo is moving down to Division 4 for one race only, and he's being replaced in Division 3 by Wade of the Wet, just to get wet race for Taz in Belgium. You heard it here first, guys.
You do realise that the one person who can veto that is the person right here, right now.
I know.
So yeah, let's not make that happen. Ken, honestly, the fact that you're coming in with those kind of comments is great because I honestly I can see it being easily a 10-car battle for the race this weekend. It's genuinely, and the thing is as well is there's 2 drivers that we didn't even have on the grid at the weekend that probably would have also been up the top end as well. Actually 3 because he's just joined as well. But you had Adski didn't race and Wood didn't race. They both look really quick. I raced them at China and we had some phenomenal racing, the 3 of us. Hog, who's just come into the league as well. If you're watching, hello Hog, but if not, then obviously, yeah, he'll be joining us. Again, he set a really competitive time trial. He looks like he could be a real threat. And then I think, which one was it? Puny Chipmunk. He was very competitive in that div as well when he dropped down Div 4 last season. So, exactly. So that's what it means. You've got 4 drivers there who have all got ability to potentially be fighting for a win this weekend. I just, and I think a racetrack like this will give us an indication of where everybody truly is. I think a lot of the guys in the Div 3 lobby will be saying that as well. As I think Monza's Monza, but like Belgium will be able to tell, okay, these people might be in with a real fight this season. And now you have to meet your prediction.
I was hoping to slip away without making a prediction.
Nope.
It's probably too easy to say this one, but maybe Slow Dog. Yeah, he's come off the back of a bad race, and I think he had a good race around Belgium last season. So there's something drawing me to call Slow Dog. But then then again, you've named people like anyone can win it. You could just do a random wheel generator, spin the wheel, and that is going to be who wins the race. That's who I predict. You just don't know. This division is so hard to choose.
The one who won it in Div 4 last season was actually Ancient, because that was one of the weekends we had a really good weekend. Slow Dog was... Yeah, Slow Dog did not have a good Belgium last season at all.
Okay.
He qualified on pole, and he finished in P12. So, yeah.
Okay, change your predictions, Adski.
Okay. I think it's fair. Narwhal, I think that's a real prediction, to be honest. Podium, I think, ultimately, if you can get a podium every week, you're a champion. I think simple as that, That's going to be the aim.
As a tier 2 driver, mate, I'm more than happy to go for P10. I'm more than happy to go for P10, mate. But you absolutely smashed it this week with a P2. So massive kudos to you, sir.
Yeah, right. Div 4 time.
Yes, indeed.
Right.
Division number 4.
We're obviously 16 laps into the stream, so we're probably running ahead of time compared to usual. But yeah,
Yep.
Watch this overtake for Conte though, just very quickly. Norris on Conte. Oh, he didn't go for it there. I thought he was going for the move into the Ascari chicane, but decided to back out. Sorry, continue.
All good. So, Division 4. Here we go. That's my line, Captain Jack. Barrow, I've already said about me getting more points than you in my first race as team principal, so loser. Yeah, so in Division number 4, we had a bit of a surprise in who was on pole. I thought it was destined to be either Lynx or Wadey, but it was the other Division 4 driver from last season in BT, Craig Ryan, who put it on pole with a 1:19.5.
I'm not surprised at that at all.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that Wadey and Lynx weren't closer to him. To be honest, they were 4 and 5 tenths back, respectively. I thought they'd have been a lot closer than that. I thought they'd have been sort of pushing him all the way. So yeah, it is a bit of a surprise on that one. But Wadey did say he struggled around Monza. So yeah. Maybe Wadey's pace is still to come, but BT was on pole. Obviously, the second place was Alds, Wadey, and then Lynx. Norris, who we are watching on the stream, qualified in P5. Conte 6. Myself, I managed to get a P7 in quali, out qualifying Arnie in P8, Eurotank P9, and Senna in P10. Warner joined late and didn't get a quality lap in, so he started at the back. And then into the race itself, I got a good start. but I ended up having to avoid colliding with Wadey in front and going straight on down the escape road, which then meant I then lost a number of places due to the fact that obviously I had to let people back past, and Lynx, Olds, and Norris were out front, but then Norris had a bit of an incident with Wadey, as we saw in the stream, into turn one at on lap number 2. They both collided and went onto the grass. I had a moment in the second chicane. I spun it, and I think it was Quezi Plays. Obviously, no fault of his own. No fault of his own. I'd obviously spun it on my own, and he took my front wing off. So I had to box just at the point of when the safety car came out. So I pitted just before the safety car came out. So I fell back behind the entire pack, caught up to Warder, overtook him, and then I think barely a lap later, unfortunately, Warder put it into the wall, which caused the safety car on lap 9. Obviously, that then played into the hands of those people on the mediums. They were able to come in and do a pit stop straight onto the hards. And then from there, Olds, Lynx, BT, they were all towards the front, running away with it. They were quite far out. I think Olds got a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, which I then believe BT also got the same. Wadey struggled and had so many time penalties that he ended up calling it a day. Same with Elite L Dog, I believe. I don't think L Dog crashed on track. I think he retired in the pit lane. Unfortunately, I damaged my front wing for a second time. End up at the back again, but obviously worked my way through to P14. But unfortunately, no points. But obviously, Ald's 16 seconds out front from Lynx. Norris in third, Sparrow fourth, Arnie with a nice result in P5. Dean, great result for Dean in P6. Alan Y, 1973.
Not bad for somebody who said that they didn't really fancy going into the draft because they felt they were going to be a letdown, eh?
Yeah, exactly. To be fair, if Dean is in the chat, I'm not
he
sure
is.
if he is.
He is. Trust me. He just put a laughing thing.
Me and Dean did have a coming together. I made a mistake, and it wasn't an illegal overtake by any stretch of the imagination, but I felt like I'd sort of pushed to pass. So respectfully, I gave that position back because it wasn't fair. It wasn't fair on him. So I gave the position back to him, and then he scampered off into the distance. Like he said, "Cheers, Barnes. Fuck off. Bye."
By the way, you just said Alan Y finished behind him, yeah?
Yep.
That's a hell of a result for him as well, considering he went undrafted.
Yep, absolutely.
That's a great result for Alan. Fair play to the lad.
I'm not sure if it's Alan Y or Alan E.
I think it's Alan Y.
Yeah,
because I'm pretty sure his name on Discord is Jers. Because I'm fairly certain he's from Glasgow, or he's a Rangers fan, one of the two.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's the case.
Yeah, outstanding start though.
Then Senna got P8, Eurotank P9, and Tyler James rounding out the top 10. With Kieran W, Conte, BT, the pole sitter, finishing P13. He must have had a nightmare. Myself in P14, Scotsman returning to the grid for the first time in God knows how long, in P15. Quezi Plays, and then Sparky, the last of the finishes with, as I say, Wadey, Elite L Dog, and Warder not finishing. Any questions? Or do we want to go into the predictions for Belgium?
I think before we do anything, you probably should respond to the goading that is happening in the chat.
Is that Sparrow?
Yes, it is Sparrow.
Yeah. So when you were last team principal, Sparrow, I couldn't see any points on your name either. What? I couldn't see any points on any of your team. What? I can't hear you, Mr. Pointless.
Right. Predictions. Right. So this weekend at the wonderful Ribbon of Belgium, going to back Wadey.
Interesting. And I'm going to say Lynx.
Interesting. I just read the comment by by Tyler in the chat.
If I ever went on to Top Gear, someone would shout, "What does the back of Dean's car look like?" Honestly, can't stay away from it in Monza. Dean had a great drive on Sunday. I can't fault him. He had a superb drive. So
just I'm gonna have to turn my TV off. Sorry, I'm getting far too distracted because I've got multi-screen on and it's great because it keeps going through all the games as well.
Yes, of course, it's the FA.
There's so much happened already. We're only there's games that are 2 minutes in. Arsenal are 1-0. Newcastle have saved the penalty. Spurs are 1-0. It's crazy.
Yeah, but Arsenal are playing against some.
Yeah, but like 1 minute 45 seconds in.
Yeah,
like
but it's only.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anyway, right? Yeah. So, I think to be honest, I think yeah, fair play to Alan for what he's done. Sparrow, I'll be honest with you. See comments like that, like just keep them, keep using them, right? Because it'll motivate you. And
I seem to remember a couple of years ago when Drizzy went undrafted, and in the first race he was on the podium, and then he came into the chat, messaged all the team principals saying,
No. This was last season, and it was Div 4, and I cannot remember for the life of me the name of the guy. It was Zaiti. He came onto Extra and he he named and shamed every single team principal that went past him because he won the opening race at Monza, and then I don't think he scored another point. But he tagged all the team principals that were drafted before his pick and called them all out. So yeah, I do remember that.
Okay, I'm sure Drizzy did it as well when a couple of years ago.
Quite possibly.
When me and him went undrafted.
Quite possibly. But yeah, right. So very quickly, we'll quickly do the overall before we run away.
Yes.
Now I haven't looked at the overall yet. I'm not gonna lie.
It doesn't. Before you look at the overall.
Oh, I know it's not been good for McLaren. Oh, McLaren have had it. Oh my God, what happened to RB?
Yep.
Jesus Christ, I thought we had a bad week. Okay, so winners for this week, first week running, is Ancient Chaps Red Bull on 82 points. 10 points ahead of Slow Dog in the Ferrari. Second again, ole, he must be Arsenal at this point.
Getting the digs in at Arsenal, go on.
Absolutely.
I'm up for that. I'm down. I'm game for that.
Third place is Aston Martin. So Taplin's Aston Martin started off pretty strong. Only a couple of points behind Ferrari as well. Then you've got Williams on 49, Mercedes on 47, so sitting fifth at the moment. Then you've got the first free agent team of Sauber on 24, the second free agent team on 23, which is Alpine. Then you have Haas on 20, McLaren on 13, and RB on 4.
We came close to having someone matching Sparrow's record.
How did they pick up 4 points?
So they got
Berserker Mark scored all their points.
Berserker Mark, yeah.
Yeah, P11 and P12 in Div 4. one of the lads, Aski didn't race in Div 3. Div 2.
11th, 11th and 12th in
Div 3 was the DSQ DNF for
Yep.
that Bray referenced earlier on. And then Div
Yep.
1, it was 13th and DNF because Sora got taken out by Light Shock. So yeah, it's a horrible start to the season for them. But yeah. Berserker Mark helping avoid the Sparrow, outcome. We'll go with that.
Yep. Sparrow, you will never ever lose that title of Pointless because nobody can ever beat it. They can't even match it.
Yep. But it'll only be his record until somebody beats it. But somebody ties it, shall we say? So, but yeah, I think to be honest with you, we're pretty much done, aren't we?
I think so. I just to say, I'm very happy to see my team middle of the pack. P5, good start to the season. Looking forward to seeing what they can bring back in Belgium.
Absolutely. Again, I think a couple of quick things. Obviously, we have been a lot more active on social media. So if you guys are on any of the socials, find F1XL. We're on, Twitter, Instagram. We're trying to get the Facebook back running.
TikTok as well.
TikTok has been big in terms of we've been bringing people in purely because of the social media stuff as well. So honestly, any promotion is greatly appreciated because I think we've had about 4 or 5 guys that have come in and obviously on the Discord now, when they join the Discord, it gives them, so how did you hear about F1XL? And quite a lot of them have been TikTok or, YouTube, social media. So definitely keep an eye, and if you can, give any promotion, please do so.
And before you say any more, just a big shout out to the content team. You know who you are. Obviously, we can't.
You know who you are.
we obviously run the league as best we can, but obviously getting people on the socials to reach out to people, bringing people in, getting more drivers on the grid can only help grow the league. So big shout out to the content creators, content boys.
Absolutely. Yeah, and then obviously after this, tonight it will be on YouTube. Probably tomorrow it'll get uploaded to YouTube. But yeah, so this will be on YouTube soon enough. So make sure you go in there, just give us a like on there and a follow on there. And then
That's what happened to BT.
Yeah, I watched the ticket of it as well. So and then I think try to think of anything else I need to promote. Probably not. So if you haven't checked in already, make sure you check in for Sunday. But yeah, I hope you all have a very good week and look forward to seeing you all on track on Sunday night for Belgium. But from Barnes, from myself, thank you to the guests who came on tonight, and we will speak to you all later. Bye for now.